Hey there, HSM Summer Camp leaders. Just wanted to pop in and say hi and say thank you for volunteering to serve during summer camp this year. Just want to give you a couple of informational videos over the next couple of weeks to help you get prepared for summer camp and let you know about some of the things that are going on. And so first of all, we want to let you know about the theme that we're going to be having for this year, which is called Revive. And what we're going to be covering over the 4 days that we're at camp essentially is a summary of this really great book called Brokenness, Surrender, and Holiness by Nancy DeMoss Wolgemuth. I think that's how you say your last name. And we're kind of taking some really big and key principles from that, breaking it down into 4 different days and walking through our students with that. And really the 4 big pillars that we're going to be hitting over the 4 days is this idea of brokenness, surrender, sacrifice, and holiness. That if we are to be revived in our faith, if we are to have a kind of a personal revival in our faith in Jesus, either by trusting in Jesus for the first time or growing in our faith, it tends to always start with brokenness, that we have to be broken over our sin and humble before God in order to be changed. And that moves then to surrender, that we kind of lay down our arms before Jesus and then actually end up trusting in Him and inviting Him to work in our lives. That leads then to sacrifice, which then typically looks like us giving up something in our lives that is holding us back in a way, or that is getting in the way from us growing in holiness towards God. And then lastly, we're going to focus in on what is holiness. That's what holiness is. It starts with humility and it ends in Christ likeness. And so the speaker for camp this year is a friend of mine. His name is Chris Poletti. He's going to be coming up from California with his family. He's a church planter down there with Acts 29, the same organization that Hope Community Church has planted out of. And so he's going to come with his family, him and Alyssa, and they have 3 kids, and they're going to bless us with their time and with their relationships and with the gifting that Chris has in teaching. Really excited for that and for you guys to meet him. And so just want to let you know, that's what's going to be the kind of the main theme and who's going to be speaking at camp this year. As you guys kind of get ready to jump into leading in summer camp, we just want to kind of get you ready to at least to start praying for summer camp. And so here are a couple of the ways that we want you to pray in the next couple of weeks. One is that we would love for you to begin to pray, as we have been, praying for students' hearts. Pray that students' hearts would be softened and their ears would be opened and their hearts would be softened to hear the gospel of Jesus, to maybe for these things, for this idea of brokenness and humility and surrender to God, God would begin to cultivate that in their hearts over the next couple of weeks. We also want to encourage you just to pray for each other. Pray for the leaders. There's a lot of energy and time that's going to be expended leading up to camp and at camp itself. And so just pray that our leaders would have energy and patience and that we would, in and through summer camp, be able to love and to care for one another, and that would be pleasing to God. And lastly, I just want to encourage you to pray for Chris, our speaker. I know he would really appreciate your prayers, and it would be a blessing to him to know that you guys have been praying for him as well. Last but definitely not least is we want to make sure that you guys know about the camp leader meeting that we are having on June 26th. I think it's the Sunday before we actually end up heading out for camp, or the 2 Sundays before. It's mandatory. It's going to be at 9:30 a.m. in the Student Center. Food's going to be provided. And we're going to be covering some of this information as well as all the information that you're going to need to be 100% ready to jump into serving at HSM Summer Camp. Our goal is to make the kind of the why of why we do summer camp really clear, as well as to answer any questions you have and to give you a good preview for what that week is going to look like. So thanks for just listening to this quick video, and I hope it's encouraging to you. And I just hope that, you know, especially from this moment, we are so grateful for you and you giving up your time to serve our students here in high school ministry. And we truly do believe that God is going to do something miraculous and that He's going to revive our hearts and give us a renewed and restored zeal for Him through our time together. And I'm glad that you get to be a part of it. Praying for you guys and looking forward to seeing you guys in the next couple of weeks.